Poetry Eating, e mesmo eu will be playing Beyoncé's A Major Fall Days.
for that. Beautiful playing. Really gorgeous playing overall. So with this piece, I wonder if you can hear. So first off, let's talk about the name of the piece. What is a polonaise?
It's a dance.
Yeah, so it's basically just a Polish dance, right? In triple time, consisting mostly of an intricate march or procession. And so, what are 3 words that you can name on the top of your head to describe this piece?
Playful,
Good.
outgoing,
What was that? Sorry, I can't hear you very well.
outgoing,
Okay.
and I would say very sweet at places.
Yeah, for sure. And then it's just like very full of life, right? And pretty spontaneous at times. There are different sections that you can bring out a little bit more of that contrast. For example, in the first page, you have all this really spontaneous, capricious, and fickle, as you mentioned, mischievous kind of this fun-loving person. And then when you get to the second page in the middle, you have this grand, broad, march-like area, right? So if you could bring that contrast out a little more, I think that'll only enhance the character changes. You're playing it really well. I'm just hoping to get a little bit more of character and personality out of the performance. So put your spin on it. If you can make it sound like, how you're strolling in the park or something on a really nice day and just really happy about something that's happened to you, that's basically how you want to play the first page. And if you can think a little more about the direction, right, of the phrasing, you're going in the beginning, you're going from A major 1, and then you're going to 5, which is pretty predictable, and then it goes to 6 and then goes back to 1. So you don't want it to sound completely straightforward. Basically, you want to bring out all these fun detours that you go through, and then you spin back to 1, right? So that's sort of my take on, it's played so well already. If you can do a little bit more of that, just a little bit more of a sense of direction with the phrasing, I think that would take it to the next level. So let's try this just one more time in the beginning. And really just remember that Wieniawski is this Polish virtuoso violinist, right? And he only wrote 2 of these. So if you can just remember that this is just a typical virtuoso style piece where you can really show off, you're basically playing the dominant role. There's not much going on in the piano part other than the middle section. So you can really command the stage here. And so just be a diva for a second. Maybe that's not you, but just pretend, because when we take the stage and we play all these recitals and concerts, we're the one that everyone's looking at, right? So if you can take that command a little more and have a little more fun, just don't worry about any of the technique and stuff for now, and just play the first page one more time. So you can really take a little more time. Something like that. Not every time, but if you can think about, taking time from places and then adding it on, just a little more rubato, because you can do it in this piece. Not so much with orchestra stuff, because it's a lot more rigid that way. But because you're the soloist here and you are presenting yourself only, you can do a lot more of that with liberty, right? So let's try just the opening one more time, like this. Yeah, okay. so much more fun, and you're having a great time out there, I can tell. So with this piece, because you can do it, just do more of it. And I hope I'm not contradicting what your teacher said. But you really, it's brilliant. It says it in the title, right? And you want to sound really brilliant, and you already did this, and that was really cool. So if you can take even a little more time in between when you set it, when you set the bow back on the down bow, I think that'll add that much more spice and flavor. So just go for the spicy rendition of your go. So just try it just one more time. Okay, that was so good. That was awesome, really. So I can really tell that you're having so much fun and you're putting your heart and soul into it. So remember this, because I can really tell it's completely just 180 from what you played in the beginning, where you were obviously, everyone is so nervous when we go on stage, but you're just letting loose a little bit, let your hair down, and just have fun, right? It was so good. I wonder, so now this next part, if you can make a little more of a contrast now. So now it's a little more stately and boom, ba-dum, ba-dum. So think in 3 here. Let's try it right here. Just a little broader and grander. Okay, good. Yeah, that's so much better. Already I can hear a little more of the accents when you have them 5 in a row. That was so good. When you get to the G string, I wonder if you can make that even juicier. So just really go for it. When you have the trills, I wonder if are you really timing those, every single one?
Probably not so much, like should we?
I think you could. I think that'll even enhance it a little more. So just really measure the trills. And one trick that I have is if you vibrate during the trill, that usually speeds up the trill a little bit more. So try that. And one other thing that you can try, you can take a lot more time going up to that B. Just really milk it, right? So let's try it one more time. Same thing. Okay, good. Yeah, so the pitch was a little off, but I appreciated the really going for it. That was really great. On top of this, if you can think about your vibrato a little bit, so that's a little more measured too, but all the meanwhile a little more generous. Meaning if you can widen the vibrato just a little bit instead of narrower, that would be, I think that would help too. So let's try it one more time. And then you can really make a huge deal out of all those accents there. So let's try just one more time. Really go for it. Bravo! That was so good. How do you feel?
It feels more free, it feels better.
Good. Okay. So just have more fun with this, really. You have all the stuff down. If you can now, it's at such a good level already. If you can bring it up a notch and really think about the direction of the phrases and pick, prioritize the notes that are really important just by listening and, marking it down when you score study. You'll hear it, and it's, when you play with the piano, that should help too, because the harmony really drives what you're going to do with the melody, right? So it's not just about your part, although I'm contradicting myself now because I'm saying that you should be the soloist and you should do this, but you do have to listen to what the piano is playing too, right? Because that really drives whether you go towards a note or back away from it, all of that. There are so many things that are written in the music that you can do, but you have to also think outside the box and add in your own flair too, right? So for instance, at the end of this page, second to last line, when you go towards the forte, that chord, you're going to E major now, right? So you really are supposed to be arriving to this, the